Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about eyelash serums and whether or not they're safe to use. So I have been using an eyelash serum for the past 3 months. I wanted to make sure that it worked before I started a video. I want you to see some videos I made about 3 months ago where my eyelashes were super puny, and then a progression to see how long my lashes look now. One of my friends went to the eye doctor and she said the ophthalmologist told her to stop using lash serums because they were clogging up the little oil glands. There are about 40 oil glands in your eyes. I took that to heart because I do have naturally dry eyes. I think it comes with age. And during allergy season, my eyes are just miserable. I can hardly see. Both dermatologists and ophthalmologists ask you to not use eyelash serums. So let's back up and do some research on all these claims because I was concerned for my own eye health, and I still am. I want you to stick around to the end because I want you to make this decision based on how your eyes react to the serums. Hair grows in a cycle where it's just sitting, then there is a pre-growing cycle where it's just like getting and gathering the nutrition to start growing, and then there is the part of the cycle where it's actually growing. So how do they work? They prolong the phase of hair growth, and this all started using the medication for Latisse. Actually had a different name, and it was used for glaucoma, and it changes the pressure within your eyeballs. Studies that were being done on this medicine show that the eyelashes of all these folks were growing. They reimagined the product and launched it as an eyelash serum. So growth serums like Latisse are what is called a prostaglandin analog. An analog means like it looks like a prostaglandin even though it's not a prostaglandin. The prostaglandins are a group of lipids, that means fats, made at sites of tissue damage or infection. They control processes such as inflammation, blood flow, the formation of blood clots, and the induction of labor. They're really hormones that are produced off-site instead of in glands. They are hormones that happen at the site of an injury. Of course. Latisse is a medicine, so you need a prescription to get it, and because of that, the FDA has control over it. Whereas all these eyelash serums are cosmetics, and the FDA has no say on the cosmetics. Although the FDA has issued a warning on these eyelash serums, specifically the ones with prostaglandin analogs, and that all these side effects could happen to you. Serums are not going to create hair out of nothing. They're just gonna speed up that growing process by keeping your hair in the growing phase longer. It also thickens the hair bulb, and by thickening it, it may affect your oil producing glands because by increasing the size of the hair bulb, it will squeeze or push shut those glands. This is why all of this is reversible. If you stop using, all the issues will go away. And by thickening the hair bulbs, the eyelashes will look thicker. It also, the prostaglandin will attract melatonin, which is pigment, which will make your eyelashes look darker. So it will look thicker because most of them are in the growing phase, and it will look darker because pigment is brought into the area, which is also what causes a lot of the issues like hyperpigmentation of your iris. If you wear those serums, they fall into your eyes, especially blue eyes. This is very rare, and you have to have a large amount of the serum fall into your eye to change the pigmentation of your iris, and that is not temporary. That is a permanent thing. That's why a lot of people with blue eyes choose not to use it. Let's look at what the potential risks are. I guess we would start that as a risk, but more as a warning. Just remember that cosmetics are not controlled by the FDA. Use it at your own risk. That is why there are so many clean, pure, all natural products out there. And remember that even natural products can hurt you. I don't want to be a fearmonger, but they can if you are allergic to it. So I am trying to stay level-minded about it because I am pleased with the results, but I am on the watch for any disturbances to my eye and my vision, and that's something that I guess I am alerting you guys about, and you make your decision that's right for you. Some people have actually, on the studies and people that have used the isopropyl cloprostenate as a glaucoma medicine, they found that the eyelids, the fat pads in there, disappeared. So I want to slather myself with that stuff. Which, if you have deep set eyes, I would consider not using it because, you know, once the fat is gone, it will make your eyes look even more deep set and it might make you look older. I'm using mine. I have these pouches above my eyelids, which is what they call hooded eyes. So I'm also watching for that because if my eyelids get too skinny, skinny eyelids, that droop might become more pronounced. Once your fat cells are gone, it's irreversible. So I'll watch for that closely too. The other issue would be darkening of the iris. If you have blue eyes, and it's very rare, and you would have to be putting a whole bunch of stuff in there. And I don't know how large the test was. There have been, during the testing, only 7 people had color change. Skin irritation is the #1 reason why people should not be using the serums. And when I used Latisse, I absolutely had to stop using it because my eyelid right there next to the lashes was so irritated and red and painful. Like the mere touching it was unbearable, and I said it's not worth it. So that's why I stopped. The pressure change in your eyes, inside the eye, it's very rare, but it's another negative factor. Don't use it inside your eye. When you apply it, make sure that you don't have a puddle of the product. You literally only need a thin layer right on the top lashes. You never apply it on underneath. And of course, the enlargement of the bulb might cause some of your 40 glands that produce oil that keep your eyes from getting dry. Might be squeezing those up so that they cannot expel the natural amount of oils. But remember, our eyes are, some of us will have issues with dry eyes. Why would doctors think that it is a bad idea to use these products? And I think one of the reasons is a bias based on their profession. They're only seeing the people that are coming in with the problems. Many of them still will prescribe Latisse to patients that have alopecia, eyelash loss due to aging, or like a cancer patient that has gone through treatment, and it will help make their eyelashes and eyebrows grow back faster. But they do that because they will see their patients regularly and make sure that no side effects are happening that are worse than the reason that they prescribed the medicine for. So there are 2 types of hair growth serums. The ones that are prostaglandin analogs, and those that are just a whole bunch of moisturizing plant-based products that all they do is make sure that your eyelashes are hydrated, they're not brittle, and they don't break off. It's interesting to know that eyelashes grow at 1/3 of the rate of regular hair, which means that if you break off that eyelash, it will take 3 times as long for it to grow. I think my math is right. One great way to keep your eyelashes from appearing short is to let them continue to grow without breakage and therefore hydrating. That's why some people will use all sorts of oils, which of course dermatologists and ophthalmologists don't think it's a great idea to use oils or anything in your eyes without supervision. How do eyelashes break? Like if you're rubbing them, scrubbing them, like say you have allergies, you're rubbing your eyes, or you're being very aggressive with your cleansing routine, or they're dried up from using mascara that it has probably alcohol in it, would probably dry out your eyelashes. I'm just saying this, I don't know for a fact, but I would imagine many of the products that you put in your eyes, even soaps, might dry out the eyelashes, and that would make the eyelash more prone to breakage. Also, glue. This is how I lost my eyelashes many a times. I used fake eyelashes with glue, and every time I would pull it off, here comes 15 of my eyelashes. The extensions, I have used extensions, and then of course I quit immediately once they start falling off, taking my eyelashes with them. So those are all ways you could avoid hair breakage. Is don't do the fake eyelashes with glue. Don't do the extensions. Don't use products that are not meant to go on your eyes. That's why I recommend this cleanser right here. It's very silky. It does not dry out your eye at all. So that's what I use at night. And sometimes during the allergy seasons, I wash my eyes twice a day like that with it, because it gets rid of all the gunk and makes me see better. Also, I do it before I put my drops in. By the way, when you look at your serum, make sure it does not have isopropyl cloprostenate. Sorry, that was a big one. Isopropyl cloprostenate is an analog, and that's the product that the FDA issued a warning on. There are actually several other analogs that I found, and here's the list. I'm going to put the list right here of all the different ones. So if you're looking at your product and you choose not to use a prostaglandin analog serum, make sure that none of these are in there. So I guess my commentary, I'm not a doctor, I am not giving you medical advice. I do love the way my eyelashes look, and I will continue right now to finish the tube that I have. This particular serum does not have any of the analogs. I will put a list of the products here, and mostly it's made out of amino acids, which are building blocks that your body uses for different things, creating proteins and such, and a lot of plant extracts. So I don't appear to be allergic to it. It works fine. I use it twice a day, and now I feel like they're kind of long enough that I could just, because I don't need to have super long, I just want long enough to wear mascara and look pretty. I have used, and I do like it, fake eyelashes, but they're magnetic ones, and I really like them. It's not those double lashes which are super fake. These are very inexpensive, and they're just nice and soft and wispy. Once in a blue moon, if I feel like I need to wear eyelashes, I will use the magnetic eyelashes. To remove the eyelash, very easy, put it on, super easy, but the liner that is magnetic is actually very difficult to remove from your skin. It stays there for a long time, and it doesn't scrape off, and it doesn't easily come off even with oil-based makeup removers. So this is what's working for me right now. The eyelash serum, keep an eye on dryness, put only a little bit. Don't make it so heavy that it drips, and even tap it. And then you just put as if you were using eyeliner. Simply do it once, and I don't even go back in. I just go on the other side. I do my brows, and that's it, twice a day. Again, no prostaglandin analogs in here, just plant extracts and amino acids. So I want you guys to make your decision. That's an informed decision if that's what you want to do. What I have done to get from this to this is I'm using these 3 products. It looks like a lot, but I will do the serum just to keep the eyes in good shape. I will use my On Point mascara that fills in, like, it just appears to create new lashes and curls them. It's really cool, and I only need to apply it maybe once or twice, whereas usually I do like 100 times. So that. And then because if I wear it all day long, it starts to flake a little, I like to use the Thrive Cosmetics tubing mascara, which will coat the eyelashes and it will come off easily with warm water. It literally falls in sheets. I love that. So these are the products I'm using. I'm pretty happy with it. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna try this recipe that my friend from Empowering Gray uses. She has super long eyelashes. She even curled them. She shares a recipe, and I'm gonna put the ingredients right here in the formula if that's something you want to do, because after this is empty, I am going to try using that as a maintenance, just, you know, a few times a week. Now, I hope all this information was helpful in aiding you to make a decision whether or not eyelash serums would be something that you would try, or if you decide just to do the magnetic eyelashes or just plain old mascara. Hope you have a good one.